Hello, gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate General Civil War. Last we left off, I remember being very tired and not much else. So, things we did. I created a new 4th Division off camera. Durrell has finally been promoted in command to a divisional commander from whatever brigade he was puttering around before, along with 4 new officers. I think Hexamer was hanging around as one of our replacement guys or something. He was one of our shufflers. Eaton, we'll call him Eaton, Fisher, Moore, and Greiter, who's got a first 10-pounder parrot gun in the whole army. So let's hope he uses that well. I was thinking of creating other divisions, and another thing I did was I went around and realized that we had so much freaking money that we finally got rid of all the freaking infields and stuff. And almost everyone has bona fide Springfield 1855, except for 3rd Division, who have 1861s for 3 of the brigades, and Baxter's got an 1855 Harper's Ferry, because I had some extra. And, of course, the 12-pounder howitzers. Meaning 3rd Division is now just a ridiculous powerhouse. Soon they'll be getting up to the 2nd rank, which means they'll be able to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Meredith's been... But yeah, as you can see, a lot of our guys have been equipped with regular old rifles. Probably the only one left with the 1853 Enfield. I'm making a point to keep most of our new infantry brigades equipped with rifles. I'm trying to phase out the 1853. It's a decent rifle, but 1855 is just a little bit better. I might keep some old brigades with it, but it's mostly going to become a legacy weapon, is my hope. And the reason you're seeing a lot of these people with Harper's Ferries, who haven't really any right to have them, is we captured so many of them last time. It was honestly cheaper to give them away to, say, people who had Lawrences and stuff than it was to just buy new Springfields for them. So we had a surplus of these Harper's Ferries. We still do. We still have a surplus of them. So honestly, I wasn't too sure what to do with all those extra ones. So I just figured, what the hell, we'll keep them, or we'll dole them out to the soldiers. Go ahead and get Smith back up to 500. Or Smith, that's the name of the gun. We'll get old Billy Goat back up. And I turned 3rd Corps' cannons all into 12-pounders to make up for their lack of a 3rd cannonade. 2nd Corps sitting pretty here. Got a bunch of money. And the intelligence report. Long story short, they're getting pretty good at training. They got a decent-sized army, but ours is better. And they don't have as decent of an army. Or armory. Yeah. So we'll be fighting the Battle of the 2nd Winchester, after which we'll follow Gettysburg. What's this? Yeah. So I think this is pushing them out of Northern Virginia. Anyway, we need to secure this area to prevent the Confederates from pushing in en masse. And there's a pretty big prestige hit for not winning. Not winning at Gettysburg is disastrous, it looks like, as you don't get any bonus cash whatsoever. But winning's pretty good. Winning over here would give us a decent cash injection as well. Not too terrible many troops, though. We're starting to get kind of low, and I'm starting to get kind of worried. Especially with the raising of that new brigade. It's worrying to me. And I think I'm going to send 1st Corps in. And we're going to deploy the Elite 3rd Brigade to hold here. Because we're, I don't want to say we're at crunch time. But they need to get some extra experience at some point. Ewell's Corps is 2 miles west of the town. I'll be here soon. I assume we need to hold the town. Deploy your men to protect Winchester. There are several defensive positions around the city. and I assume a massive hill in the background, and this military position to the west. Okay, we're gonna be outnumbered, but don't worry. That's just the way I like it. Is that a third division up there? I believe that is third division. Alrighty. Boys, first division, all of you. I like that, keeping them separated by division. There's second division and their cannons. Alright. Well, gentlemen, hold Winchester. It's less than 50% of my army. Jesus. How big of a fight are we expecting here, Chief? let's get these guys deployed out. You go there, you go there. Go there, you go there. That should decrease their ability to charge us. I'll stand here, Mersey over there. The Iron Brigade will be our centerpiece over here, with Garnet in the back position, Piet holding over here. Probably deploy some skirmishers over there to hold that hill with both Devons and Piet. Garnet can deploy some men up the back. Let's go ahead and get this underway. So initial things. Yeah. We'll get some skirmishers to run around real quick. Especially up to these locations like that. I want Chapman to keep his men hanging around. 3, 4. There's enough men here for them, so Wood can turn that way. Okay, yeah, so Chapman's men go here. Palmer's men go here. Reed's men go up and hold this area. Reed itself can probably move over there. Devon's men can try and hold there. Piet's boys can break off. I'm not really sure where they're going to go, but they're going to kind of go hold over here-ish. Because I'm not really sure what I'm expecting. And Garnet, I want you to deploy some skirmishers up here in the rear. And honestly, I want Piet's skirmishers to be deployed over here. Prevent any crazy sort of flanking maneuver by the rebels. And I'm going to honestly keep those skirmishers attached for the time being. I see no reason to push our men back into town until it comes to that. Looks like our artillery has already taken casualty, I think. But I'm not really sure. Either way, this hill to the apparently the west should be important. It looks like we're looking south. This is the north. Looks like this is a secondary objective over here. Our primary objective is to hold Winchester, which is an urban environment. I have little doubt of our capacity to hold an urban environment. And we spot General Ewell coming up the front. Don't shoot at Ewell. Okay, we'll shoot at Ewell. Hi, Ewell. How's it going? It looks like his first skirmishers reach our skirmish line. And Avery's brigade is marching up that side. So yeah, not too much going on. Could get flanked along that side. They could come from the rear. Curious as to what we'll see. 2 brigades, probably Confederate division. Very well-trained Confederate division. That's worrying. Hmm. It's like the division setting my battle line. Except for Gordon. Okay, that's Gordon. Gordon's breaking out. Looks like we have a Confederate advance coming up over on this side. I might shift Haggard back over that way. Loomis back. Looks like they're setting up along this way. Probably gonna try pushing that way, along with them pushing that way. Pin up our reserves. I hear a charge. Steel yourselves, men. Alright, here comes O'Neill. They should bump into Stark almost instantly. Meanwhile, Gordon's coming up. I believe that picket line there should serve its purpose quite well. Palmer's been wheeled out and fired directly into Gordon. And O'Neill is massacring the fields. Looks like the assault is most definitely coming up along this way. I want Haggard to fire into Iverson. The more casualties we can do here, the better off we'll be. Gordon's men are routed from the field, having taken almost 300 casualties in scarce a minute. Well, scarce 5 minutes. Iverson's men retreat about the same and about the same. They've captured some of our skirmishers. Give those guys back. Wood. Give me a detachment. Their job is to go tell our boys to get back here. Looks like an envelopment comes from the north. Stewart and Walker. Avery charges. Palmer and Chapman loaded. Get the fuck back here, man. Yeah. They may have routed, but I mean, at least they're not surrendered. Avery pushes up into the woods and Chapman is whacked by a charge from Hayes. So raw recruits shouldn't be doing too well. Reed will have to repulse that. I doubt Chapman has the ability to hold up against Hayes. I feel my presence is needed on the battlefield here more than anywhere else. Doles comes in for a charge. Gonna have Woods' men retreat. Chapman is wounded. Looks like there's been just a mass of Confederate charges. Let's see if we can't make some sense of the situation. It looks like another division is pushing down this side. I'm tempted to commit Piat over here, just because this flank is crumbling, and I believe the Iron Brigade can hold there just fine if they need to. Stark has a damn fine anchoring position, and I'm tempted to bring Loomis in. We're going to set up our line to face this way. Palmer, however, not doing quite as well. No one seems to be doing well against the repeated Confederate charges. Looks like a large mass of them have been routed. I'm going to go ahead and pull those cannons back into town, onto the edge of town. And I might honestly also pull Loomis back. It's tempting to bring the Iron Brigade and Garnet. And I think I'm going to bring Garnet, just because everyone else is so darn engaged right now. If no one else gets free soon, or like Chapman doesn't stop routing, then we're going to have no real choice. Stewart is luckily repulsed. I want Piet also to come down here. Chapman luckily stops. I need him to run to position. Hopefully we can break this infantry. What do you think crazy should happen? Palmer standing and defending his ground. That's damn brave, but damn stupid. Haggard, I need you to wheel. I need you to wheel now. Stark's men seem to become routed slightly. Wood putting some fire in. Damn it. Either fire or don't. This guy has to turn all the way around, doesn't he? Yeah. Fuck. It's just... I don't know, they have a slight animation bug in this game. It's a little annoying. But yeah. Piet is making it to the hill. Garnet is making it up here as well. Palmer is holding to the last man, apparently. I don't know why, but he has apparently decided to. And no one's shooting at Iverson for some reason. Scales drives the enemy off once again. Okay, Devons, back down the hill you go. Bring the supply truck back, and let's just pause it and take quick stock of the situation. So our flank over here is collapsing. Stark has this area, but I think we're going to use this opportunity that's been afforded to us to commit a tactical retreat. By tactical retreat, I mean literally run away. I'm going to pull Scales back into the town and just make it harder than hell to detach us. I don't want Devons to bust his ass in the town. Piet, okay, Piet forms up and fires. These men are in some of the best cover of the whole damn war here. Haggard reforms there. So we have a line here and kind of are forming up a line here. I'm not really sure where Garnet is going. Okay, so you're there. Oh, you don't need a run. Yeah, we'll see if we can't get Haggard to be there. Another charge comes in. Piet fires. I think this is Devon's area. It seems like we have 3 brigades here. I'm having a very hard time figuring out who is in which position. I think Palmer's facing that way, but I want him to face that way. Reed I want to pull back. He'll be a reserve, and Garnet can pull back to here. He will also be a reserve. There. 3, your job is also to run. Okay, Palmer has routed. Which is annoying. Let's start to fire that volley. After he's fired that volley, I want him to fall back. Okay, now we can form up on there. Or whatever he does. Now we've got Palmer. And Palmer can go ahead and be the reserve. And there, everyone's in decent cover. I do not like where the Iron Brigade is, though, so I'm gonna pull them back up on top of this hill. Because that's decent cover, but it's moderately isolated from everyone else, and I suspect that if there's a Confederate flanking attack, they will be walloped. Which is a gentle way of saying it. Also puts them in a good position to reinforce anyone who comes screaming down that hill. Looks like another charge coming in. More canister going out. Rick Smith. No one engages Gordon, surprisingly. Before he makes it up to there. Piet breaks off. Palmer needs to get over here then. So yeah, this is getting messy. We can do it. I just wish they didn't get the rear flanked attribute every time someone wins a damn melee. I understand it's realistic, but it's actually, I think, mildly unrealistic for men to chase people after a successful melee combat. As men were somewhat reluctant to leave the heavily fortified region to run into the woods. Which were full of uncertainty and Confederates. Two of the worst things to find on a battlefield. Come on, boys. They are giving it to him. They are standing and delivering. Piet and Garnet especially. You're dead. Get involved. And get involved. Come on, Chapman. Once more. Oh, canister shot flies into haze. Chapman engages and Haggard wheels round to bring his 1853 Enfields and Woods as well. Swings round. No, Haggard, don't expose your flank, my man. Don't do that. I swear, a lot of this stuff is just the enemy pulling some weird flanking maneuver. Where technically the men are flanked, but not really. Haggard's technically even had his rear flanked, though he doesn't even have a formation structure at this point. Young Brigade, not committed at all, in the slightest. Oh, we're gonna hold for another hour and a half. God. And Haggard, the commander of Haggard is really not doing very well today. I suppose it's because they've sort of surrounded that area in a salient. But at the same time, you would think you could select something that's not, you know, flanked by over half the Confederate army. I want to be back up over here on the... So woods, if you move your damn cannons a little bit faster, I would be enthralled. So yeah, I'm getting that nice big morale bonus to, I think, everyone. This should give it to them. But yeah, Garnet has now gotten himself flanked, so I want him to hold here. So Piet, you hold there. Reed, you hold there. Woods is just going to kind of get shot to hell from now on. That's kind of just his job now. Stand there and get shot, because he couldn't put his cannons on a horse. He decided to push them through a building. I mean, I understand it's a short distance, but whatever, man. A lightning assault down this way could break them. They're not the best brigades down this northern side. We can position the Iron Brigade here with some certainty. Leave some skirmishers here. If anything terrible happens, call me. What do we need for victory? Hold Winchester. There's less than 50% of my army. Ain't lost 50% yet. Okay, I want to set up the Iron Brigade here. They're coming to assist Chapman and Loomis in doing a smash assault where we're going to try and bring the flank back around on the Confederates. I want to try and regain the initiative here in this last hour of combat. Looks like Doles is advancing, strangely enough. With Loomis engaged, I might actually just advance Chapman and the Iron Brigade, who could effectively end this threat to this flank. Which would mean the line would extend along this way instead of in this horseshoe, which it is now. Iverson breaks. I'm going to have that Iron Brigade run to catch up. Wood fires into the skirmishers. I'm going to take some crippling losses from that. One more volley and they're done for. Garnet holding. I have Chapman hold there until the Iron Brigade can completely form up. Running just a little bit. Our men hold in a dense double line structure. Very effective for pushing. Alright, let's go ahead and get committed. Iron Brigade pushes north. We could even wheel Loomis around to face this way to bring our line out a bit. Stark can stay in reserve. He's lost quite a few men. The Iron Brigade takes a few losses, but not enough to concern them. Present the rifles. and in a single volley, 45 worlds cease to exist. In other words, they're damn good, they're damn accurate, and they're damn pissed. They're exactly what we needed. And they're already ready. They've almost got the volley around on them before they're ready. I love them. This will mean we're going to be able to extend wood out a bit. Loomis can then come up to cover this flank. Leaves us free to engage along this side, thanks to the sacrifice of the brave men of the Iron Brigade, who normally get to skip all the fighting, because they're so cool. Pretty much literally. Looks like there's a big concentration up here. Palmer's men are bruised, battered, and almost beaten right now. Not quite. And yeah, they're about to round the corner with the volley from the Iron Brigade, and they rout the enemy. Now we're going to see them push down that way. Looks like Wood got wounded advancing. Push Haggard up to cover the rear there. He's good there. The Iron Brigade really does work. I want them to form up. They're going to assault Iverson. We're going to see if we can't seize this area back. There. That's at least relieve the flanking pressure on people like Garnet and such, with that ability to push up just a little bit. I don't see anyone coming at us from the rear, though. And Loomis is able to wheel to face Gordon. The Iron Brigade will deal with Iverson. And Chapman and Doles duke it out. Oh god, Chapman's been flanked. Chapman breaks. Damn it. Loomis come back. Oh, whatever. Kill them all. The Iron Brigade will now be able to set up inside that house and pretty much pin this entire flank down. Chapman's getting routed because he's an idiot. There we go. Go ahead, run, you devils. Black Hat devils. And with the Iron Brigade in this house, Loomis can, well, I guess, shift back to cover this flank. Having been able to do his job there and clean up the Confederates on the Confederate far right flank. Their left flank now secure from enemy advance. We can set up a line here. I think it's an excellent example of how an offensive maneuver can really derail and an offensive mover made in defense can really derail an assault. I think I would be content to finish this mission with a complete victory. We lost 7,000 to their 13,000, despite bringing equal numbers of infantry. We brought less guns, they brought more guns. Considerably more. We lost 7 of them. It's a shame. Palmer did a lot of work, damn. And honestly, we just got a lot of guys killed. Adrian Hall became a major general, which is nice. We can probably put him in charge of a division, one of our new divisions that we might be building. We get enough men. How many men did we lose? 7,000. We'll call it 7,500. Capture a bunch of Sharps and Tylers and Richmonds. Reclaimed a bunch of those. Capture some more Harper's Ferries. Doesn't seem to be capturing any more Springfield. Or, hold on. Yeah, we're not capturing many more Springfield 1855s. Capture a bunch of Enfields. It's weird. I think they've all switched over to Harper's Ferries. 4,000. That's not enough men to truly replace our losses in that. So we are starting to run into a small problem that is manpower. We've got the money for troops, but I'm not sure if we have the
Yes, sir!
I'm not sure if we actually will wind up having the troops for troops. And Garnet has gained a new level. I don't remember what I do with rank 2 men. We haven't had a lot of them in a while. Building time accuracy. Melee, morale, stamina. It's -10 to reloading time. Accuracy's pretty good though. What do you guys have? Assault course, discipline. I might honestly go with Assault course, just because it the bonuses to melee and morale and stamina. I mean, we can run them a lot, and they won't break as easily. And melee bonus is pretty nice, to be honest, for what these guys wind up doing, which is being shock troops. Shock troops shockingly tend to wind up doing a lot of shock stuff. Guess we can get reconnaissance. I don't really need reconnaissance. I sort of know what's going on. I think I'm gonna get medicine because we're starting to run out. We're starting to run out of men. 8,000 recruits for 40 points. Jesus. Sure is a tall order there. Might put these guys in under Lieutenant Colonel. Straight. I wonder if Wood. I think Wood got wounded.
Yes, sir!
Scott in there. Loomis, keeping up with the men. Stark, there's a lot of them. Harvard, luckily, still has a bunch of Enfields lying around, and yeah. Or at least a major tending to my cannons. At least my 12-pounders. Almost 30,000 men in this corps. But now, 30,000 men. 60 guns. It's getting to be kind of hard to see who's got all the guns and who's not. Here we go. 32,000 men march under the First Corps. There was a time when it was only 5,000. Jesus. That's a lot of men. $32,000 infantry. 1,500 artillery. swear those numbers don't add up. I wonder where the extra 120,000 come from. I'm betting it's myself and my supply wagon are 60 each. 15,000 men into an artillery. For them, 180 artillerymen. Probably means that they need a couple more guys in each artillery. We can load them up to 20 at this point. All of our 6-pounders can load up to 20. That's right. We brought a 10-pounder parrot around for no reason. Oh, whatever. You know, actually, no. We'll keep those to reinforce the losses we're about to take. Because the next battle is bigger. It's considerably bigger. And I will be taking the Vanguard. I think we might raise another division for 2nd Corps of, mostly infantry. See what we have lying around. We've done a lot of infields. Sell at Tyler, Texas. Or Richmond. Now we ain't using skirmishers. We got enough cash. I'll make a new, whatever it's called. Where's my phone? There we are. I'm gonna bust out my calculator. Remember properly, please. What? 2,000 there? Okay, cool. For an infantry brigade, equipped with that it is. $48,000. So we're just going to take 48,000 and multiply it by 4. It's only $192,000 to create 4 infantry brigades. So let's see, that's plus. See, so that's that plus. Oh, fuck. 48,000 times 4 equals 48, 1, 2, 3 times 4 equals 192. Negative 192 plus 260,786 equals 68,000. With 68,000, can we afford a new cannon battery? Can we afford to keep going? Battle 2nd Winchester, you no longer have the power to stop them. Hold your position at all costs. You will soon receive 3,600 highly spirited young recruits. Oh lord, I'm gonna be butchering children. Well, we get it all back. I can't equip them with Napoleons. Let's see what you guys have. 6-pounder, 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 12-pounder. I want to get another 12-pounder on the field. And we can cut costs a little bit with infields and some Harper's Ferries. Alright, so this is going to be our bastard division that has infields and stuff. That's right, we don't have any extra Harper's Ferries. we got a lot of Harper's Ferries. So that's why I've been keeping them in reserve, because the shop's out of Harper's Ferries. So 4th Division will be equipped almost entirely with the Enfields. Though I do think the company eventually started making Lee Enfields. Which will reduce costs a bit. Cherish Lee. And then these other guys who weren't unfortunate enough to wind up on the wrong side of the bandwagon. We'll get some regular ass rifles. And that will be it. That'll be literally all the rifles in the shop. Except for those 300 that we keep around for someone. What it cost to make these? All Napoleons. 18,000. I'm sold. Alright, now 4th Division's entirely green. And comprised of infields and regular world rifles. Who is due for command, promotion, for that matter? Anyone? What you guys ought to be. Oh, jeez, Cochrane, you're really due for promotion. Okay, well, we'll replace you with some up-and-coming lieutenant colonel. Probably like someone like Calvin Richards. Mr. Anderson, you're being replaced by Cochrane, who was just better all over. Lee, you're going to be replaced by Barry Anderson, who can just keep those men going just a little bit harder. And Mr. Stewart, please make way for Mr. Lee. And don't you worry, boys. You'll be ready when you see the elephant, and I'm sure it won't be just absolutely abysmal. Let's see what we have in like actual quantity that we can afford to equip our army with. We've got enough infields in the shop. 1861, we don't really have enough of those lying around. There's a lot of Lawrences. I don't want to use the Lawrence too much, but it we might wind up sticking them on our Bastard Brigade, which is kind of what I've nicknamed the 3rd Corps in my head. So let's go ahead and let's go do some math. I create a 4th Division. Okay. For the sake of argument, I'm going to pull you out. Colonel, you're now there. Congratulations, Mahoon, you're now Ben Powell.
Yes,
Kind of shuffling these guys around, and congratulations, you're now Oscar Farrell. Wow, that was a lot of shuffling to make sure everyone wound up at the same place they were already in. That basically just means 4th Division gets to stay as what they were. And I think each division has been pretty uniformly defined as 8,000 men and 15 guns. Unless you got 6-pounders, in which case then it's what, like 8,000 men and 20 guns? 8,500 men. Good luck, Bobby. Alright, let's build a brigade based around Lawrence rifles and see how much that will cost me. So, at what looks to be... how much do you cost? Elvin Weisstrom. 940. So at 34,000... times 4 equals 136. We don't have enough for all of them. We do have enough to create. A good chunk of them. And so 4th Division will just march in kind of half-formed. We'll throw some artillery onto the pyre. Because that's what this is. A pyre. Some 6-pounder fields. Oh, cool. We're also out of men. And cool, that's literally every recruit available to us. So we're only going to get 11,000 men as a reinforcement, so we're going to need to win this. Or else our army's going to bleed to death slowly. Well, that's first. I never thought the Union would run into a manpower shortage. But we have. Probably need to start using my political clout to buy more than rifles. Gonna be buying lives. These boys are damn near perfect. Okay, screw that. They are perfect. They're perfect in everything. This is the best unit I can create. God, if I wanted to do something devastating, I could get like 400 of them and give them Spencer rifles and just watch them storm the redoubt of whatever. At this point, it's like these guys' morale is a little ridiculous, honestly. Yeah, like I could increase the number of this by 2, and boom, now we have no replacements. Win the battle, boys. The entire armies need to be replaced. Will depend upon it. We'll probably honestly wind up disbanding a bunch of these brigades, now that I think about it. Just to push them back in somewhere. I don't know, whatever. Or I'll just use my political clout, which I get from doing crazy shit, to ask for more replacements. But yeah, we can't lose. So it's like Antietam, but this time the stakes are high and everyone loves me. Apparently Gettysburg is like the defining part of the campaign. That's really steep odds right there, where your defeat is minus 60. It's feels kind of steep at any point in the game for it to have. You have to be over half by quite a bit. Pushing Germany. The Confederate government, we've been extreme political pressure to end the war. Buford skirmishing, Confederate infantry, something up to the armies. Summoned to rendezvous at Gettysburg with Confederate threat. Yeah. Lee had a lot of confidence from Chancellorsville, but we slapped him down. In real history, the Confederates won Chancellorsville effectively by doing the same thing they did, except instead of on the Union right, instead of doing an orderly retreat like I did, they were thoroughly rolled up by Jackson. So I managed to... Basically, those 4 brigades standing in the wheat field of providing effective covering fire, the fact that I was able to run those guys over there before it happened, saved that campaign. Which, I'm just going to laud myself in some damn good foresight. I don't know if I've cut the recording yet. I don't think I have. Okay. And minus 5 army size, minus 10 army round. Okay, I think we're doing good. I'll see you all in the next part. Till then, thank you. I've been your Commander Tomato. Let's go buy some shoes.